Hollywood, California, Monday, November 2nd. The Lux Radio Theatre presents Gary Cooper in The Virginian with Charles Bickford, Helen Mack, and John Howard. Lux presents Hollywood. Our stars, Gary Cooper, Charles Bickford, Helen Mack, and John Howard. Our guests, Sidney Skolsky, noted Hollywood columnist, and Richard Klein, physical trainer of picture stars. Our producer, Cecil B. DeMille. Our conductor, Louis Silvers. We wish you could all be with us tonight in our theater on Hollywood Boulevard, not only to meet our stars, but also the many other screen celebrities whom I see just beyond the footlights, awaiting the curtain of another great show. But wherever this hour finds you, a hearty welcome from Lux. This program comes to you with the good wishes of the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, the soap preferred by 9 out of 10 Hollywood stars, and is yet so inexpensive that every girl can use it every day. Our message is to use all the cosmetics you wish, but remove them thoroughly, the Hollywood way, with Lux Toilet Soap, whose active lather cleanses the pores and keeps your skin soft, smooth, always lovely. Our show opens with word from our producer. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cecil B. DeMille.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Here in the hometown of movies, we're so used to stars who grit their teeth, clench their fists, and crash their way into the limelight, that a man as shy and human as Gary Cooper is a complete novelty. On a Hollywood soundstage, he's as refreshing as a breeze off the prairie. Last month, the Cheyenne Indians up in Lame Deer, Montana, tried to give him a name. They called Gary Comaced. He was mighty pleased to become a member of the tribe until he discovered that his new name means tall, handsome one. Gary was an unknown actor in westerns when he was called in by the Paramount Studios for a screen test. Entering the room, he faced an office filled with producers and executives. The long young man from Montana looked at the expressionless faces, swallowed hard, smiled feebly, and bolted for the door. But his personality clicked. They gave him an important role in Wings, and Gary's been soaring steadily upward ever since. I welcome him tonight as a fine actor, a sincere co-worker, a fearless man, and a close friend. Charles Bickford is also a most welcome addition to our cast. Charlie left the stage to work for me in Dynamite, my first talking film, and has appeared in 4 of my pictures since, including The Plainsman. Charlie's no mean antagonist as a villain. In fact, it took an African lion to put him in the hospital. He will be heard tonight in the role of Krampus. Our leading lady is Helen Mack, who has been on stage and screen since childhood, and is one of the most unspoiled young actresses in Hollywood. She is heard as Molly Wood. The role of Steve is played by John Howard, co-star of the film Valiant is the Word for Carrie. And now, up with the curtain, as the Lux Radio Theatre presents The Virginian, written by Owen Wister, starring Gary Cooper with Charles Bickford, Helen Mack, and John Howard. Wyoming, in the early 1900s. The dusty little town of Medicine Bow is humming with activity. And though it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, the Maverick Cafe is filled with a noisy, rowdy gang of cowhands, whooping it up on their one day off. From the street comes a tall, quiet, spoken young cowboy, known to his friends as the Virginian. As he steps up to the bar, he gets a loud welcome from an old pal, Steve.
Hey, you gall-dang mangy soup-fed buzzard, who are you passing by? Steve. Nobody else but.
Well, Steve, you ornery low-down cousin to a bald beaver. What in blazes are you doing here?
Oh, nothing special. Blew into town about a week ago.
Well, I'm sure glad to see you, Steve. Say, it must have been 4 years since we was riding together.
4 years or more. Yes, sir. Say, I heard about you being made foreman over at the Box X Ranch. It kept me laughing for a week.
Yeah? Well, what have you been doing?
All the same as usual. Working some and playing some. Mostly playing.
Sure. You no good, Weasel. You're just the same as always. Ain't no accounts of nobody nowhere. Ain't you ever going to settle down?
Who, me? Say, what for?
Buenos dias, senor.
Oh, hello, Nina. How are you?
Muy bien.
Hey, let me introduce you to an old pal of mine.
Oh, hello.
Morning, ma'am.
He's very handsome, no?
Hey, just a minute.
Sure, he's a real lady killer, Nina.
Gee.
Hey, you better watch out for this hombre, ma'am. He's a low-down, double-barreled liar. Don't you believe a word he says?
Oh, yeah?
Hello. What's the argument, boys?
Oh, hello, Trampas. Step right up and join in.
I don't know what it's all about, Nina, but whatever it is, I can settle it fair and square.
No.
In my favor.
When'd you get in, Trampas?
Just blow it in to beat your time with this lady. Come on, Nina, I'll buy you a drink.
But, senor, I am with these gentlemen.
You mean you were with them? Come on.
No, stop. I want to stay here.
Hey, I ain't arguing with you, sweetheart. I'm telling you.
No, let me go.
Wait.
There ain't no argument, Trampas. We're getting along just fine. Not that it's any of your business.
Who's talking to you?
I'm just telling you.
Yeah? Well, when I want to know anything from you, I'll let you know, you long-legged son of a...
Wait a minute. If you want to call me that, smile.
You're getting mighty touchy, ain't you?
About some things. You better be leaving, Trampas.
Sure. Come on, boys. I'll trim my hide off you in a game of studs.
Say, I wouldn't mix a done with Trampas if I was you.
Trampas and me just don't mix at all.
Hey, where's the Virginian?
Somebody want me? Hey, Nebraska. Yeah.
Oh, hello, boss. Say, the Wyoming special can't get through to the station on account of them cattle blocking the right of way.
All right, I'll send to him. Come along, Steve.
Sure. I'll help you clean them up.
Get up there. Get on.
Hey, head them this way.
All right, Nebraska. Show 'em along.
Oh, get along there, you. Get along here, down.
Well, I guess that fixes it.
Thanks, Steve. Well, look at who's here.
Where?
That girl over there. Just got off the train, I reckon.
Hey, she sure is a fine-looking female. Yeah, I'd kind of like to make her acquaintance.
I seen her first, Steve.
Hey, what's the matter with her?
There, she's backing up like a scared calf. Hey, look at her. She's scared of that milk cow down there.
Hey, man, that cow won't hurt you none.
Wait, Steve. I'll go and rescue the fair lady.
Rescue her? From what, a moo cow?
Don't stop me now.
Oh, get away. Get away, please. Oh, get away, I said.
Ho, ho. Get out of here. Get out of here, you ornery devil. Go on. Go on, get out of here. Well, the critter's gone, ma'am. I reckon you're safe now.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's a mighty lucky thing I happened along. A wild steer is an awful ornery critter.
Oh, it did frighten me, just for a moment.
If that steer had seen you face to face just like I'm doing now, ma'am, he couldn't have been so mean.
Oh, thank you.
I reckon you're the new waitress at the Lone Star Hotel.
Oh, no, I'm a teacher.
Oh, the new school, ma'am?
That's right. I've come all the way from Vermont.
Well, that sure is fine.
Well, thank you again for rescuing me.
Oh, that's all right. Any time at all.
Mister.
What's the matter, little girl?
Did you see my bossy?
Bossy, what? Why, no.
She's my milking cow. I was leading her home and she ran away. And I can't find... Oh, there she is. Bossy, here, girl, here, bossy.
Oh, so that's your wild steer, a milking cow.
Well, you see, ma'am...
Thank you so much, Mr. Cowboy. It was so brave of you to rescue me from Bossy.
Well, look, ma'am, it was like this.
Don't you think you'd better go and rescue that little girl? I'm sure she'd be quite impressed. But if you tried to make a fool of her, she'd probably slap your face. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm sure sorry it wasn't a real steer. My Lulu gal, Daisy, she wears a big white hat and I'll bet your life when I'm in town.
Easy, boy. Who's that, the Virginian?
That's right, Jed.
I thought I recognized you. The dark, I wasn't sure. On your way to that welcoming party they're giving for the new schoolma'am, I suppose.
That's where I'm heading, Jed.
Yeah, me, too. They say she's a mighty pretty girl.
Yeah, she sure is.
Say, the Valley Ranchers had another meeting this afternoon.
About rustlers?
Yeah. The patience is plumb give out. I tell you, the country's going to the dogs when it pays a man better to steal than to work.
It ain't everybody that's stealing cattle, Judge.
Some is, and it's up to us to find them out.
You know, Judge, I got an idea that ain't going to be so awful hard once we set our minds to it.
What do you mean? You got any suspicions?
Maybe.
Who?
Well, it's only a suspicion, Judge. Cattle rustling's a nasty thing to pin on a man unless you got proof.
Tell me who it is. I'll get the proof.
No, I reckon I'll wait a while, and if I was you, Judge, I wouldn't say nothing about it at the welcoming party. No use spoiling the schoolma'am's first social gathering.
Well, I guess this is where we wash up, Tramper.
Yeah,
Sure sounds like a good time in there.
sure does. Hey, Steve,
Yeah?
about what I was saying before. You ought to get smart. Cow punching ain't no way for a fellow like you to make a living.
I know it, Tramper. A cowhand's dumb on a locoed steer. Freeze all winter and bake all summer. And for what? $30 a month in keep.
Sure. Making money's easy if you know how. And if you're smart.
Well, what's on your mind, Tramper?
Nothing I want to talk about now.
Well, that's when.
See me tomorrow. I think you'll be interested. Hello, Steve.
Oh, hello.
Well, I thought you was going to wait for me tonight.
Oh, you was late and Trampas dangled by, so I sort of come along with him.
Well, you ain't very choosy about your company.
Maybe you'll explain what you mean by that.
Nothing, Trampas, nothing. But maybe I ought to compliment you, Trampas. You got so many calves this year. I reckon it keeps you all wore out branding them.
You're liable to talk yourself into a heap of trouble, my friend.
Since when was I your friend, Trampas?
All right. That suits me.
See you later, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, how about I take you later around to the dance?
Sure. Come on, let's go in. Hey, there's your new schoolma'am over there.
Yeah.
Hey, she looks mighty pretty in her Vermont dress, don't you?
Say, she'd look good in an Indian squaw blanket. Well, here goes, Steve.
You gonna ask her for a dance?
And I'm going to get it. Evening, ma'am.
Oh, good evening.
Would you care to try a turn at dancing? Huh? I said, would you care
Yes,
to...
I hear you. You're from Virginia, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. That is, I was born there.
I always thought that Southerners had such good manners.
That's correct, ma'am. Leastways, they should have.
Well, in New England, where I came from, a man always asked to be introduced to a lady before he asked her to dance.
I ask your pardon, ma'am. Will you excuse me for a minute?
Certainly.
Thank you, ma'am. Hey, Shorty.
Yeah?
Come here.
Yeah, what do you want?
You know the new school, ma'am?
No, sure I know her.
Well, I want you to introduce me. Formal-like.
Sure. Yeah, come on over.
Thanks, Shorty.
Oh, Miss Wood.
Yes.
Miss Wood, I'd like to present an old friend of mine to you. We calls him the Virginian.
Very pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Oh, yes. You're the gallant young man who rescued me from the tame cow.
What's that? Tame cow?
That's all right, Shorty. I'll see you tomorrow.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, so long, boys.
Well,
Well,
would you like to dance, ma'am, or should we sit down?
thank you. I am a little tired.
I'd rather talk than dance. Can't talk and dance at the same time anyway. Should we go outside?
Very well.
Wait, ma'am. Nice and quiet out here.
Yes, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. Miss Wood, there's something I'd like to say to you.
Do you mind if I say something first?
No, ma'am.
I suppose you feel very proud of yourself for what you did the other day.
Yes. No, ma'am.
Well, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is that all you can say?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Well, I don't think you're a bit funny.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop it.
Well, that's better. Now we're going to get along fine.
You said you had something to say to me.
Well, I reckon you said it already. I was just going to apologize.